Tom Grundy. He's editor-in-chief and founder of Hong Kong Free Press, an independent publication. He joins us on Skype from Hong Kong. Tom Grundy, what does this news tell us about the state of democracy in Hong Kong?
Well, the significance of the civil front can't be underestimated, really. It was behind the biggest protests in history in the city, estimates of 1 million people, on the streets in this city of 7 million. It's huge. July 1st, democracy marches, for much of its 19 years, were a barometer of public sentiment when people don't have a voice at the ballot box. They were often a carnival, a colorful sort of parade, very peaceful, of different civil society groups and liberal causes, from migrant workers to unions to, Save the Dolphins, you name it. And it was a big fundraising day as well. So its absence will very much be felt. I think one of the reasons this coalition in particular was important is that it brought everybody onto the streets, young and old, because they always had the cooperation of the authorities, of the police, to put on a peaceful march.
What's the dynamic here that's made people, I guess, in effect, change their mind? I mean, if other groups follow suit and essentially say, what's the point in trying to push back against Beijing, that's a sad indictment of not just where we are, but isn't it also a sad indictment that people feel there's no point?
Well, the Civil Front said that there is a point in their statement today. They said that they want other groups to keep their beliefs, remember their original intentions, and support civil society. But that civil society does appear to be crumbling. As you say, there appears to be this domino effect, and coalitions like the Civil Front dissolving. This comes just 5 days after the biggest union, 48-year-old Hong Kong Professionals Teachers Union, also crumbled under pressure. But we've had some months of questions over whether the Civil Front was ever even a legal organization. It hadn't registered, seemingly, the authorities say, as a society. It's been through the meat grinder of the state-run press, which is usually the first sign of trouble in recent months for these groups. And on Friday, the police chief told a state-backed newspaper that they may be liable for some of their protests under security law. And of course, the odd thing about that is that the security law was enacted last June, and the Civil Front hasn't organized any protests since then. Chief Executive Carrie Lam actually told the UN that this law would not be retrospective. So it's going to be curious to see what the authorities will lay against the Civil Front, this now defunct group.
Tom Grundy, many thanks for talking to us there on Skype from Hong Kong.
Thank you.
Indonesia is struggling with one of the worst